Yeah, it's certainly been a while since I did the last Advent of Ascension attempt to get all items stream. So this is how my world looked like about like 2 weeks ago, because I don't think I've touched this in 2 weeks. So it's been like this for 2 weeks, where I've been missing my helmet because it broke apart. It ran out of durability. I was actually running Immortalis runs earlier. I might have heard it, likely. Kevin MacLeod, I know he makes some pretty good royalty-free music tracks, so likely so. My armor took quite a beating, and my helmet actually just fell apart. I ran out of durability, like, mid-run. So this is why I just always find it handy to keep silver coins on hand close by. Also, how much repair dust am I currently looking at? Okay, that's still pretty good. Pretty sure I still have a good amount of sapphires, but I need to buy jade right now, though, to just recraft the speed helmet. It's faster to just buy it, rather than just try and mine for it myself. Yeah, once you have a big enough stash of coins, then just buying the jade is probably the faster and more efficient option anyways. Yeah, earlier in an Advent of Ascension playthrough, this isn't necessarily so viable to just buy the jade. That was on my channel trailer now, wasn't it? That I made a couple years back. Must have been. Yeah, the name certainly rings a bell. Now let's get this speed helmet recrafted and re-enchanted. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's get this thing re-enchanted. How much lapis am I looking at? Oh, we still have plenty. Still got plenty of lapis to work with. Not even sure when I'm gonna run out of this stuff. Okay, so I do want to aim for high levels of protection on this speed helmet. I could start with this at least, and then go with that. And then with the last couple levels, perfect. Helmet's back in shape. And that took like no time at all to get protection 4 on Breaking 3 back on it. Helmet is now back in commission. So I'd like to repair 4 items right now. Since I don't know if I'll be doing any more intensive boss fights, I think it might just be safe to put the runes away for now until I figure out what I necessarily want to do. If I'm going to do something easier, then I won't really need to carry the runes. Yeah, for Immortalis, though, I'm definitely taking runes. Aren't sapphires secretly rubies in the skies? I don't... At least not in this mod, I don't think so. And I got those dungeon tokens from my previous Immortalis run. Those are just piling up again. So I'm trying to remember the crafting recipes for... It was... I'm pretty sure I remember the crafting recipes perfectly for Magic Mending Compound. Yeah, this was definitely it. Also need some lava to actually use the Magic Mending Compound too. So we're also going to get that back out in the metal tub to keep the stuff in once I combine it with the lava. 3 more items to repair. Now 2. Alright, last one. If you build a floor out of magma blocks or actual lava, then that could be. Why would you ever do that, though? I think it's safe to say I can just put this away for now. I don't really see myself using it currently. I don't see myself really using a show staff for anything at the moment. Since I'm more likely to be doing exploring right now, let me take my shulker boxes back out. Since I'm likely to be exploring now. Because when I was running Immortalis, I didn't bother to really bring any shulker boxes because you can't even place blocks there. Immortalis isn't exploration based, it's a strictly linear set of challenges you have to clear to just attain stuff in that dimension. Ancient Cavern's also like linear in how you have to just do very specific things as opposed to actually just exploring around. The other dimensions that we're adding into this mod, they're heavily exploration based like you'd expect from Minecraft. You just roam around, find stuff of interest. Immortalis just has you do this fixed series of challenges over and over to just farm dungeon tokens. Oh, right. Forgot these guys are a thing. Forgot about those guys. Don't even think I touched this world in like 2 weeks. I'm doing this because I'm aware I'm actually running a bit low on Rosedon, so I want to restock my supply of that. I'm restocking on those. Also going to put the extra seeds away that I don't need to carry. I'll take 1 stack of 64 Rosedons out and the rest I can just stay here. So I can just save them for later. And there'll also be just finishing up this base of mine, and maybe even just adding on to it and extending it further. So I have all these boss statues. I think I'm probably just going to put priority over just trying to get like every single boss in the mod fought rather than just grinding out golden statues, because it'll be more interesting to just try all the bosses and just grind the same things over and over again. There's still some pretty interesting bosses I have not even tried to fight. For example, there's 2 bosses in the Nether I haven't even attempted to fight either one. One of which I still can't unless I find myself a certain structure in Percasia, which I have not yet found, which is underground, so I basically have to just go look for it and hopefully I can find it. I need an explosive idol which comes from only one place in the entire mod. A Dionysus spawner, which is underground in Percasia, and I have still yet to find one of those after several attempts of looking, but I found the other 2 spawner types though, interestingly enough. So I got myself the rejuvenation staff and the squad and spine guns. Certainly going to be like more straightforward to just get the spawning item for the other custom boss in the Nether, known as the Nethangiac Wither. I have the hunter level to fight the monsters that drop the callstone that spawns in the boss, but it's a stronger version of the Wither, so that alone is kind of just deterring me from trying it right away. Then there's 2 bosses in the Haven. 2 boss fights I have yet to even start, because I don't even spend that much time out there. One of which I need to find a rare mob. No, both of which I need to find rare mobs to actually attempt any boss fights against either of them. One rare mob in the Haven, another in Percasia. Though I've had pretty interestingly good luck with the Pterodons in Percasia, but not so much for the rare mobs in the Haven. So I've already fought a lot of these guys. Then there's both bosses in Grekon and then one in Runendor. Well, a boss in Grekon and the boss in Runendor I haven't even tried to fight yet. There's a second boss in Laborian I can go and attempt to fight now, but seems pretty scary. Shoots projectiles that can paralyze you and has melee attacks that can also paralyze you. Do not get cornered by Drakion. His attacks are extremely powerful, and even highly enchanted armor getting cornered might be fatal. Recommend to not get trapped in water, obviously. If you damage him too much at one time, he's just going to fly up and you won't be able to kill him, he'll just escape. Drakion sounds pretty tough. I figured out Hydralisk already. Hive King is pretty easy for the most part. I still want to get mending on my face mask before going back to Voxpons to start fighting its boss, Voxelon. Primordial 5, from what I've seen, that sounds like the scariest boss fight in this whole mod. That's probably maybe going to be the boss I take on last. And maybe also Cotton Candor. Was able to handle all the ancient cavern bosses. Once you box in Gyro, and for like the boss of Salive, he's super easy. Once you box him in. I've already taken out everything in Christevia, so that's already crossed off. There's the Creeponia boss I haven't even attempted yet. Very powerful and explosive. So some armor that makes you immune to explosions is virtually a necessity. Other than that, does he really sound like he's that deadly? Well, actually, no. Well, you can actually trap some of the bosses and just cheese the fight, so they essentially just act like goldfishes that do nothing. But it's more fun to actually let them have a chance to kill you. It's more entertaining to do and for people to watch. So I'm considering my options for future boss fights. The Creeponia boss doesn't sound like he's that bad if I just go in explosion-resistant armor, which it could be in better shape. If I really do want to start fighting the Creeponia boss, I need to get a bunch of this. Especially if I want to farm his gold statue, then I'll need even more of this. I also get a bit of this too. And if I want to make my Mercurial armor set again, then topping up on this is not a bad idea either. Plus, this armor's still pretty well enchanted, so maybe going to fight, like, the Creeponia boss doesn't sound like the craziest idea out there. I have to sacrifice my speed boost so I can just gain the explosion resistance so I don't just die in Creeponia in like a couple seconds to creeper locks. So I gotta sacrifice the speed boost. Likely won't really be needing my staves. I don't really expect to just die at anything too crazy with explosion resistance since the mobs are all creeper based. Almost all damage you can take in that dimension is based off explosions. So I'm going to just go out and do some exploration and just try to find a bunch of minerals, ores from Creeponia, and just work from there. I don't really see much else to do at the moment. I'm just gonna go to Creeponia and just do a bit more there. That's probably Deep Lens, that's Percasia. This is Creeponia. Sounds like a joke, boss. Definitely sounds very jokey in nature. Yeah, I'd rather have the speed for my speed armor, just so I can get around a lot faster, but if I have the speed armor on, then I can't have the Omni armor on. Then I can't have, like, 100% explosion resistance. Yeah, I'd prefer just using this armor over having to just enchant the set of armor with blast protection. That's good against explosions, but virtually nothing else. Like, I just find blast protection or way too specific. Same goes for fire protection. Projectile protection, it's okay. Just protection, I find to be the best, because it's not specific. Even though the specific enchantments protect against, like, twice the damage the regular protection does, but blast and fire protection are just way too specific for my tastes. I mean, projectiles are common enough that I can justify maybe using some projectile protection. Blast and fire protection not that common in comparison. Harder to justify using those. And I guess I might as well try and pick up some tokens while we're at it. So I can just buy all the lotto totems I need to just try and win all the items. Because I would eventually... Alright, what's up here? I would eventually like to just also get everything from the Lotto Men in Creeponia as well, just to cross off more items off my to-do list. Just so I can say I'm making even more progress. I am assuming that might be a Lotto Man's right there. That might be one. Okay, so let me just get my notes out. I haven't really touched these in a couple weeks. Might already have this written down in my notes. But let me just see. Haven't touched the notes in a while. Let's see if there's even anything relating to Creeponia anywhere on these. Yeah, the longer this series has gone on, like, the less organized these notes have gotten. I'm seeing nothing about Creeponia anywhere here. Virtually all these other mentions, but no mentions of Creeponia. I didn't think to take anything down. Then again, I mostly just went underground where you don't really see structures, so maybe that's why nothing about Creeponia is written. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Every time I went to Creeponia, usually I just went underground. You don't find structures there, you just find all types of ores, which I typically just made into good armor. Especially Mercurial with its area of effect explosions that are just really good at clearing out enemy swarms. I guess now it's time to start taking notes. Because I am going by the surface because I want to get pretty far out so that when I do go underground, I know for a fact that I'll be able to find quite a bit of ore. Not going to dig down too close to spawn. Likely I've probably dug out whatever's ore is there already. And so I'm heading further out just to see what structures there are. I've already seen this one on a couple occasions. It's just explosives you buy. Gonna probably always just find it later anyways. I'll keep my eyes peeled for the more important structures. Particularly if they're actually close to spawn. Yeah, I haven't really taken anything down in these notes in weeks. Okay, now might actually be a good time to start digging down. That looks like another Lotto Man right there. I'm actually going to take note of his location too, in case the first Lotto Man isn't selling like both totem types. Because usually, for each dimension, there's 2 items you can win from lotteries for each respective dimension. Trades are randomized, so you're not necessarily guaranteed to get a guy who's going to sell like both totems. So I'm going to have to find multiple lotto structures. So just in case we do, I'm taking note of the other one. I certainly recognize this tower here. I remember the bigger tower in Creeponia, like the biggest one is where you fight the boss. The biggest tower is where like boss fight takes place. Though I don't know if I should take the note of this tower here because this one's pretty far from spawn. Could probably just try and find a closer boss altar. Yeah, especially if I have trouble with the boss fight, then die and then have to run back here to try and get my stuff. Yeah, I'd rather die closer to spawn than like further out here, so I think that's a bank over there. Might be another bank just right over there too. Yeah, the view up here is pretty nice. Yeah, view's nice up there. Right, here's a cave to go diving in. Wish me luck. Let's just get a bunch of ore. Here's a nice place to go diving. Let's dive in here and just pick up whatever ore we so happen to find. And I just realized I didn't bring... Unless I have... I can probably just... No, I'll kill this thing first, and then I'll just look through my shulker box. I have... Nope. I don't have coal in here. I don't even have coal. Unless... if I can even just... I might just have to box myself in so nothing just attacks me. Just so I can figure out, like, how exactly I'm gonna get torches or any sort of light source, because... Unless I place an ender chest. And no coal in there. No light source. I have to look and see. So let me make a crafting table first things first. Surprised I didn't just box myself in by now. I think I'll do that right now, just sort of like block myself in so no random mob can just go and attack me while I'm trying to just figure out how to perhaps make torches if I can actually do so with just like wood. I remember you can just make charcoal, so I'm going to try that. I'll try making charcoal. Yeah, I've gone out all this way. Rather not have to just go all the way back. Okay, so that can make me a furnace. I'm trying to remember how I produce charcoal. Pretty sure like any wood would work if it was wood to make it. I think I might just have to Google this up because I don't even remember. Okay, so it's logs you throw in to produce the charcoal. Except it probably have to be logs from vanilla Minecraft. Okay, so it's logs, but I don't have logs from vanilla. Apparently these won't actually work. This looks like a last resort to just use the flint and steel to temporarily light things up. I have to temporarily light as I go, so I can just see around me. Or just deal with the natural light levels. It might not be that bad. Yeah, I can just temporarily light things up with a flint and steel, so I can at least see a bit better here. It's better than no light source at all, at least. Yeah, so I should definitely actually bring torches this time around. Next time I should actually bring torches. Holy shit. Yeah, good thing I brought the explosion resistance, otherwise that guy could have easily killed. So I'm at the lowest Y coordinates of Greeponia, so I'm likely going to start finding ornamite right around here, and there's some right here. There's ornamite. We'll start picking it up. Should be kind of clear that I haven't really touched this in a couple weeks, hence how I ended up just forgetting torches. And then now using a flint and steel just light as I go. Have to light as I go with a flint and steel. I'll probably want to conserve on durability, because this flint and steel doesn't apparently last too long. Alright, so nothing else down here to really mention at all. Not really seeing anything else around here at the moment. So I already got quite a bit of ornamite ore. I like to pick up more of it, though. So I'll have, like, pretty much no reason to really come back here. Well, at least specifically not go underground. So I won't really have a reason to come back underground. I could just mine through and just see where I end up. Just see where I pop out after doing a bit of mining. I figured it might work if I just did that. Figured that could work. I guess I'll keep mining south then, just try this again. Hopefully I hit an even bigger cave so I don't have to dig my own tunnels. So finding the ore would just be faster. Or I can just actually find ornamite still while I'm actually just making my own tunnels. I could find it just by tunneling. It's gonna be faster to just actually find open caves, but worst case scenario, I can still actually find ore by tunneling. That plus it'd be a bit safer. Well, you didn't miss too much, what it looks like. Didn't feel too confident about trying to find the Dios's Den in Bercasia. So I decided to instead go to Creeponia and evaluate my options there. Oh, you mean Minecraft? It's been a while, about 2 weeks, because I was playing Super Metroid instead. Well, randomized Super Metroid specifically. And then also a ROM hack of, which I'm already done with Ascent. Went through it fairly quickly, especially for someone who's going into a blind. Yeah, Ascent was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty well done. Like, a lot of the design took into account, like, the possible sequence breaks in terms of just preventing them from actually being executed to just cheese the designs, but of course it wasn't perfect. I did actually do some sequence breaks to just get past some obstacles some unintended way. Like, for example, there was that gravity jump to wall jump that I did in the pushy spike block room. Yeah, I saw you share it on our Discord server. Can't imagine where else you would have found me, actually. Okay, I thought I'd actually be tunneling to another cave by this point. Oh, there we go. There's another cave we just tunneled into. Now I don't have to dig my own tunnels, I can just look around and any ornamite I spot, I just grab it. It's not as fast to mine as just the gray blocks. Those crystals aren't too fast to mine, plus they're light sources. No, it's not. This is Creeponia, actually. Now I'm actually hearing mobs again. Because now we're not just in our own tunnels we made, so I can now expect to be finding hostile mobs again. Should make things a bit more interesting, to say the least. Yeah, the story of how Creeponia came to be was actually pretty silly. I'm pretty sure it was Skimmy Guy, who was like lead developer at the time, that he was just adding in new dimensions. And there was this Minecraft server host that actually offered him a promotional deal. They offered him a special deal to just host on their server under the condition that he created a dimension with a creeper theme, which obviously he did. This is the dimension we're in right now. So he pretty much made this dimension to get a special deal with like someone who was hosting a Minecraft server. Just so he could get a sort of discount or special deal on actually hosting there. Also makes sense that the mob that drops the Kryptonia Realmstone is called a host. Makes sense in context. Maybe that explains why there's not too much to really write home about this dimension. Aside from the ores, which, for the most part, they're very useful. Yeah, there's two pretty good armor sets you can just get out of this dimension. One of which is, like, incredibly good. Especially if you're just starting out early and can actually manage to get to this ore without getting destroyed if you're getting here early in your playthrough. Yeah, if you can get to the Mercurial armor early, then it just gives you a huge advantage in just surviving a lot of things. Different kinds of creepers, of course. One of which is actually very deadly if you're not equipped with some form of explosion resistance, which I do have, because I've already been here, like, earlier on a couple occasions just to get these ores to make the armor. Speaking of which, there's some creepers of all sorts of types. There's one magical creeper, and then there's a bunch of winged ones, it looks like. Yep, comes from this dimension. The materials to make it, that is. Right, so I've picked up 15 tokens so far. Then again, haven't been going out of my way to farm these. There's this three-headed gray creeper. Must be gray so we can camouflage in with this stone here. Uh-oh. Never enjoy hearing that sound. It's even worse if you don't have explosion resistance. You're likely to just get killed by a creeper lock if you don't have explosion resistance, because one of these mobs just has the ability to fire projectiles at you that can do quite a bit of damage if your armor's not all that good. That, plus, to make matters worse, he can actually teleport right to where you're standing and then explode. So just picture a creeper that can just teleport to exactly where you're standing and then it blows up for maximum damage. Yeah, that's what the creeper lock can do. Yeah, the rest of these guys aren't too bad to deal with. At least not compared to the creeper lock. Holy shit, I'm getting blasted out a lot right now. Just want to make sure my armor doesn't break apart while I'm down here, because if it does, then it might not last long without explosion resistance. Yeah, it's this guy that's also firing projectiles. So I have to make sure that doesn't break apart while I'm down here. If it does, I'll just escape immediately with the Rosodons. Well, it's actually getting very close to being midnight here. I guess I can just fight him from far away to be safe. I don't think he was meant to be Ender themed so much as just Creeper themed. I do want to get up there. Maybe I won't be getting up there straight away. At least not with these guys just interrupting me. I do want to just mine that out of the ceiling there. Look at all these guys just going flying. I might have to start actually being really careful now. I can only hold out for so long until my armor just breaks apart. Well, that creeper lock's the closest we're gonna get to that for sure. Don't need to even imagine it. That's the closest we can get to it. If I lose an armor piece, then I lose my explosion resistance, and who knows, like, I probably won't last too long down here without it. Might not last very long without. So I might have to just consider leaving now and coming back later, once that is all repaired. Oh, you mean riot points, I assume. Right, I hear more creeper noises. I mean, how could you not in a dimension like this? And you don't even play League of Legends. Who gave you the gift card currency that you're not even going to use? Yeah, who thought getting it that would be a good idea? Like this, up. I can barely see. Try to not miss anything. To grab whatever I can before I'm just inevitably forced to leave here because it's too dangerous to stay once I lose explosion armor. Once I lose explosion resistance, it's likely just going to be too dangerous to really stay. Like, we're almost at that point where I should just be leaving. Just for my own safety. Still trying to grab whatever ore I can find before I do leave. So I'm still finding quite a bit of ore to just snatch up quickly. Alright, what's up there? Whoops. Oh, I got plenty of stone to just place, it looks like. Oh boy, what's that? I got plenty of stone to just place. Alright, so what's up here? Okay, that's gonna kill him from fall damage. That fall damage is killing him. I don't think that's personally gonna happen. Not internet famous, so I don't see it happening, really. Never really strived to be in the first place, guys. Now I'm not finding any more ore, it looks like. Then again, I can just make do with what I did get. That's still not too bad. Especially the 35 ornamite, that's pretty nice. So I'll just face myself north and just start heading back at this point. Let's face myself north and start leaving. Just going to double back out of Creeponia. Or maybe just dip in elsewhere and see what I can find. But that would be a pretty risky move. I might be able to pull it off if I don't get too many enemy encounters. Might be able to dip in elsewhere and just try and mine some more ores. But I have to get lucky or just be very careful with all the enemy encounters I do find. And not just run into creepers. Oh, wait, they did. I could also just drop in here to see what kind of ores I can find. Might be worth it just to take a quick look and just see what's in here. Alright, I know something is behind me though. So I gotta just deal with it. Gotta deal with whatever was behind me. So that's a dead end that leads to nothing of use. I'm gonna try going this way. Alright, nothing even in this cave at all. I'm seeing nothing. So if I do find another cave to just go into from the surface, I'll try again. Yeah, the caves are at least pretty interesting. The surface gets pretty boring quickly. There's a few structures here and there, but usually the surface doesn't have much going for it. The cave's where most of the action happens, really. It looks like I can drop in here. This actually looks like it's going to go pretty deep. Yeah, this actually goes pretty deep down. It starts to get to the gray stone level. What is even going on here? What is that stuff around me? It's probably just things down here. Alright, so what did I just stumble into? Besides possibly more ornamite. What did I stumble into exactly? Taking a risk just going in here with armor that's about to fall apart. Might still pay off. I mean, I can now pick that up. I knew that was going to just sneak up right behind me. Now, I don't even know what that is. I know what I'm hearing, but I don't know where it's from. So I don't exactly know what it is. Yeah, world generation is indeed different. Caves are generated a little bit differently here than in vanilla overworld, for sure. I'll still just keep on looking around for more of the jewelite and geminite ores. Oh, what is shooting at me? Right, so that up there is designed to shoot at me. Okay, I've lost them. Then there's this guy. At least by himself, he's no biggie. I don't even know what that is shooting. Not sure from where. Okay, I see a piece of ornamite down there. Do I want to go down there or not? Probably not. At least not... Oh, oh shit, that just teleported right on top of me. And it's still alive. Now I'm being ambushed. Clearly, I'm being ambushed. We're probably gonna have to split soon. This is getting way too risky now. We're gonna have to split real soon. This is just getting ridiculous. My arrow's gonna miss. My arrow's just gonna completely miss this thing. Oh, I didn't see that guy coming. I didn't see him. I barely even saw that. Uh-oh. Barely even saw him. Dodge him now. Dodge him now. I'd like to just shoot him down, but I can't see him without him just hitting me. Okay, looks like I did take him out. Hopefully I can just grab these last bits of ores here that I see and I can just split with them. Just leave with these and come back later. Yeah, I see another piece of ore up there I'd like to just snatch up to. Okay, me? Not even sure what I just heard up there. Not even sure what I'm hearing. Well, I know what I'm hearing, but I don't know where it's from. Could be from anywhere. It's from there. Hit him. Hit him. Ow! Now I just lost 2 armor pieces in 1 explosion. Now I got 2 armor pieces to replace. That's just great. Yeah, as soon as like the next group of creepers find me, I'm gonna be dead, so I definitely can't stay here any longer. But I'm gonna try and take another look to see anyways. Just see if there's anything at least somewhat visible that's not too hard to reach from here before I do leave. Well, there's that. At the very least, I should stay away from the bottom layer where creeper lords can spawn. At the very least, if I stay away from the bottom layer, can't get too ugly. I think I must have been here not too long ago. I'm actually just going to teleport out at this point. We're not going to stay any longer. It's too risky. I have to replace not just 1, but 2 armor pieces also while we're at it. I can definitely afford to just use up the materials. Picked up quite a lot of them, but the annoying part is just going to be re-enchanting them. Might take a while to get all the enchantments I want back on those armor pieces. Yeah, protection 4 on breaking 3. Kinda costly. Yeah, making the armor is not going to be a problem, though. That, however, won't be an issue to just make the armor again. That'll be perfectly fine with. Ever wonder where he goes after he explodes? Not quite sure. Don't really have time to stay in chat right now. Yeah, me and my half armor set remaining. This guy sells TNT for a really good price. But there's this thing that's gonna try and kill me. This guy sells TNT for a ridiculously cheap price. Except I'm probably gonna be under attack for like a good part of the transaction here. Yeah, I'll probably be fighting, and I just threw my... I can't even shake this guy loose. I literally can't even shake him loose. I mean, when else can I just stock up on this much TNT? Let's be real here. When else can I stock up on this much? And there's another one. Yeah, they just don't stop coming. They literally never stop coming. Should have just boxed myself in by this point. Would have made it much easier to just buy the TNT. In case I want to blow something up. In case I ever feel like just completely and utterly destroying something. Then again, I can always just return to that guy and buy the TNT off of him later. Griefing is now easier than ever. Now gonna be easier to get TNT than ever, just buying it off that guy. Yeah, griefing would certainly be rampant in a server like this where TNT is that easily accessible for that little. Like, I can see it now, griefing would be everywhere. Like, you build something and just like the day after it's blown up by some random asshole who's just having fun, or feels like they need to have complete domination over something, so they just blow up your base. Yeah, if I ever want to bask in the glory of ruining someone's day, then I could just do it cheaper than ever now. Alright, so that's our poll that we can go through to leave here. Not gonna stay with only 2 pieces of armor. So let's get back in to our base, let's sleep, and then just get the armor repaired, because that's got to be done. Then these legs, these have also seen better days too. So we'll now need to just process this stuff. We'll just... Okay, I had some extra Baronite and Varsium left over from earlier, it seems. Got a bit of Rosite just from mining. It's the giant event. Interesting. If I want more wood, I can just kill a wood giant for it. If I really need wood and logs that badly, but I don't think I do. It's just a nice place to get wood from if you have something that's actually efficient and good at taking out giants. Otherwise, you're better off just cutting down trees, because those don't actually fight back. Like, the trees can't kill you. The giants, on the other hand. The giants, that's like a whole other story. I'll keep the coal, though, actually. Don't really need the gunpowder. If I can actually buy the TNT for cheap, then I don't need the gunpowder. Yeah, I can buy it for ridiculously cheap. I still think I only managed to spend 32 of those copper coins, and still 4 stacks of TNT. And where do I keep it all? Maybe in this chest here. Well, I've got a ton of gunpowder, so I'll keep it there. Won't need to be digging up sand so much anymore. I wonder how many chests full of TNT I can manage to just fill up just by buying it from the explosives expert. Probably way too many. I'm also just going to get rid of my essence while we're at it. And just claim a bit of auger experience in the process. I'll put these tokens away with the rest of them too. Now I got a couple more. And this stuff is already almost... Well, at least the Jewelite and Geminite are already almost all processed. So it was the chest plate and the boots I needed to replace. those are the two armor pieces that broke apart. So I gotta replace those. I'll have to just repair the legs shortly as well, because don't want to lose those two. What was the crafting recipe for the... Yeah, that's an explosive gem. Okay, it's apparently explosive gems. It's plural. So all you need to do to actually get the boss spawner to fight the Creeponia boss is just find 7 Ornamites and 1 Geminite. And then you can attempt to fight the Creeponia boss. Handle with care. Oh, I will handle this with care. So what can we do about just getting our armor repaired? Well, not repaired, but re-enchanted. This is pointless on an armor set that already makes you immune to explosions. So that is pointless. That, however... Oh, wow, that's a good start. That's a good place to start already. That already is going to help us out quite a bit. That's pretty nice, too. I'll always take the unbreaking. It's always helpful. Do I go for that or not? Do I go for that? Got something with looting on it. Yes, I do. I got something with looting on it. So I might actually consider attempting to fight this boss, like, very shortly. As soon as I can find a creeper boss altar that's not too far from my base, I'll give it a go. Just see how things go. After reading the strategy guide, of course, because I don't want to go in completely blind. I'll probably die. Good chance I could just die. All I remembered is that you absolutely need to have explosion resistance. Otherwise, you won't survive for even like 10 seconds, probably. I'll probably just use seeds to breed the rest of the chickens that are still alive. Well, might as well just take this thing out for some easy wood. Especially if I can just paralyze it, prevent it from moving. Then this will be really easy wood to get. That was no problem to get. How many seeds do I currently have? Let me see. Might as well put this oak wood away here for now, just so I can use it and carry it with me later. So what do I have? No, not what I meant to check here. Not what I meant. Oh, I was supposed to actually just get seeds. Yeah. Not that many. So I'll just run through the wheat farm to gather myself more seeds. I have to quickly just run through this to get seeds. Okay, there's just another giant right there. So more wood from giants. I'll take that. Get more logs quickly. Yeah, it makes it really easy when it just gets trapped in a little pond here. Makes it really easy to just claim the logs then. So that should last us for quite a bit. And I only have to take out 2 of those wood giants. And there's another one up there if I want even more logs. Now I have food for the chickens. So that's going to get us some more experience. That puts me back at level 28 right there. So I will be putting this other stuff I mined out away. Don't need to carry it with me right now. Now I can try for another level 3 enchant to get... Oh, wow. Now that's useful. That's pretty damn useful right there. I will definitely want to repair these, though, before attempting anything else in anywhere, really. So let's put this stuff away that I don't need to carry. Oh, more enchanted books just lying around here. Oh, nice. I had this just sitting around. And that? This must have been stuff I caught just by fishing a while back. I was trying to get a mending book, but no, I got all this extra stuff here still that still helps us out quite a bit. Still got us all this other useful stuff, it looks like. No, I didn't want... Okay, I do want to use that up. There we go. Got these extra protection books that are just going to quickly help us right there and speed this process up a bit. To just repairing our armor and just re-enchanting it. Okay, so I can get Prot 4 and Breaking 3 on both the chestplate and the boots after just crafting them not too long ago. Whoops. That looks about right. Then Spider Eye and Blaze Rod, and then I can just make more Magic Mending Compound. To then repair the Omni Legs. And then I can maybe go for a boss fight against the Creeponia boss. As soon as I can just figure out where everything is. So this. No, I need to repair them and then I'll re-equip them. There we go. Then we can maybe look at fighting this guy. I had no idea I had the extra stuff just lying around, which is nice. Don't really need to carry those at the moment. Just get them put away somewhere. I could better yet, I think I could just throw these out. Oh, I actually did have coal on me, I think. It was just in the orange shulker box. Probably did have coal on me this whole time, didn't even realize it. Okay then. Silly me. Probably had coal on me this whole time. Alright, so my healing stabs are in this red box here. I'm probably gonna go and do the boss fight attempted at this point. So let's get our healing stabs out. Rosedons and Gravitator close by. Always want to have this combo close by. This will probably be my hotbar for the Creeponia boss fight right here. That's going to be my hotbar. I have to take some runes back out for healing purposes. Among other things. Mainly healing. So I have this armor set looking like this. Pretty well enchanted. I can maybe get my... How is my gun doing? It's in really good condition. Could maybe use this to fight him. Maybe might keep this close by in case I want to use that to fight the boss. In which case I'll take the box of bullets with me too. Also taking that with us. This might be enough to just fight the boss with. Right, so CREEP he's named. Also known as the Creepy Raging Entity of Extreme Power. Right, so this guy right here. One of the most deadly bosses in the entire mod if the player hasn't equipped themselves properly. Doesn't seem to be outputting that much damage. Green pixel-like projectiles that explode on hit. Black's explosive tubes that do high damage. Attacks at high speed. Damage depends on how far the player is away from the boss. So the further, I'm guessing, like the harder he hits. Cooldown where he won't fire any black projectiles occasionally. During the fight, you absolutely have to have explosion as resistance or otherwise you'll die without it. Bring a long-range weapon. I'll just bring explosion immune armor. And hopefully that won't fall apart. If I get knocked out of the arena, I can just rose it on back up and gravitate her towards. Alright, so try and dodge a bunch of fast projectiles. Bring explosion immune armor, which I have. Bring long-range weapon. Melee not recommended. Just hoping I read that correctly. Didn't look at it for long, but hopefully I just read it right, so... I'm gonna pick a random direction to just run in. Hopefully it won't take too long to find one of those boss altars. That's not too far from spawn, preferably. So I can then just try and fight CREEP up there. Preferably I don't want to have to go too far from spawn to do this fight. So let's just hop back in and try and find one of these boss altars and pray that I don't get absolutely wrecked during the fight. Yeah, I need to find like the big tower, like the big one that's got the creeper face on it. That's where the boss altar is at. That one's not like quite big enough for it to be like the boss altar. Yeah, it's been a while since that has happened. Just realized audio wasn't even being picked up at that point. So I ideally want to find a boss altar that's not too far from spawn, in case I do die and have to try and run back to where my stuff is. Preferably I wouldn't have to go too far and then just go all the way back as well, of course, while we're at it. So I'd like to find one of these altars close to spawn. Could go back out like 900 blocks south, but I'd prefer not to do that. Because I don't quite know what to expect from this fight, so I'd rather just stay closer. Rather be closer to spawn, like, as I attempt it. That way trying to run back would certainly be easier. Would be like less time consuming to try and just pick my stuff back up and then get out. So I'll just stay like roughly close to where my portal is and just look for one of these creeper HQs and see if I can find. That's probably not it still. That doesn't look like one. I gotta find the big creeper face. Gotta find the very big tower with the creeper face on the side. Here's the hope I won't have to spend too much time actually looking. Right, what do I have to do to actually find the arena? This still isn't quite it yet either. That's probably another explosives guy. That's likely another guy selling explosives up there too. Yeah, a lot of explosive salesmen, but I need to find the boss altar, otherwise we're not going to be doing the fight. Preferably I find one that's actually not too far out from spawn. Might have to make do with the one 900 blocks south at this point. Okay, I think I did run north earlier. I'm trying to remember exactly which direction I ran in. I think it was probably north. Yeah, I know I went south on my first visit here this stream, so it was probably north. I want to just pick a different direction. And that's another bank. It looks like another bank here. Yep. I can just go to the banker in the Shirelands and I can just talk to him instead, rather than come here for banking. I got better options available already for that still. At least once you've actually just boxed in the banker so no creeper birds can get in, that does become like a very good option. Just building the box might be a bit of a pain in the ass, but once you're done that, you're golden. Yeah, if you can't get to Lalicia, or you can't get the Shirelands with ease, but you can get here, then maybe just consider trying to just build like some sort of protective casing around the banker so you can just freely exchange coins with him. Preferably one that's not too far out from where your portal is, so you can just go over, trade coins with him, and then just leave pretty quickly. That's a pretty nice looking cave there, I'll admit. Not gonna go into it though, I'm not here for the caves right now. I'm not seeing any structures out here at all. Now I'm not seeing any within this area. Just tilting my head to see nothing still. I might have to go 900 blocks south at this point just to find what I'm looking for. Yeah, I did see one earlier, I might have to go all the way out there. Yeah, simply due to lack of ability to find a closer boss altar. Yeah, as soon as I find one that's at least somewhat close by, I'm just gonna go with it and go for the boss fight. As soon as I can hit one. That's my problem, I'm not really seeing any of these structures right now at all. I did have an old spreadsheet where I just would periodically write down locations of structures that I found. Though it's probably likely out of date. At least compared to the stuff I just have written down by hand. Oh, physicist, hello there. That spreadsheet is likely outdated compared to what I've written down by hand, so looking at it might not really give me what I'm looking for. Oh boy. Yeah, certainly. Spent the past 2 weeks just doing stuff that was Super Metroid related. Oh, speaking of, I'm assuming you're talking about Super Metroid, right? So I might want to get back to those to try and up the ante, right? So you're saying I should get back to those? Haven't even taken that long a break from them anyways, but I'm probably gonna have fun just running more of these, most likely. How'd you get a 106? You must really be getting good at this. That or you're lucky, or you're good, whichever one, or both. Yeah, luck does also play a pretty big part in it. It might take you longer than you want it for it to actually get either useful items or just like the items you actually need to clear a seed. Like you could get like Speed Booster or Ice Beam very late. And you do need at least one of those items to actually finish any seed. Because I can't see anyone getting to Botwoon and Dragon without either one. Speed Booster makes it really easy. Ice Beam you have to do a Machtroid clip, but it's still doable. You need either one, or I don't think you can actually finish the seed without either one. I just picked up some flowers. That's just another explosive salesman up there. What was my PB again? I think it might have been like 1 hour 20 minutes last I checked. For in-game time anyways, was probably that. Real time is obviously less. In-game time doesn't count like time you're spending in the pause menu. Real time is just like the time you start, from the time you start to the time you finish. I always prefer real time anyways to in-game time. I'm not seeing any of these boss altars right now. The only one I've seen as of late was 900 blocks away from my portal. But I actually have to go there anyways. Whether or not I want to go that far out to fight the boss, I might have to at this point just to actually get the boss fight going. Just to get it going, I might have to go that far out, perhaps. Just to actually be able to give the boss a shot. I might have to go 900 blocks out. I mean, it certainly could be worse. 900 blocks isn't too bad. Plus, it's 900 blocks in a dimension that's pretty easy to get through. Just by running around on the surface, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, last I recall, I found a gyro altar that was just as far out in Salive, but navigating through Salive is certainly a lot trickier, considering it's a void dimension and it's just floating islands. This is just, for the most part, just flat ground. Salive's another story entirely. Yeah, but at least the boss is hella easy in that dimension once you box him in. Once you just prevent him from flying away, which, of course, like, he's almost impossible if he just gets to fly wherever he wants. And he usually just flies so far down or so far up that you can't really chase him because he'll just fall in the void trying. Are there any new dimensions? Not new ones. That plus I last heard them say they were just going to rework the content that's already there rather than add more new dimensions. They're going to rework what's already there first. So I'm gonna go 900 blocks south. However many blocks it was either west or east. This is Creeponia, yes it is. This is the Creeper dimension. I feel like I'm about as well equipped for the boss fight as I can be. I'm just gonna say screw it and go to, like, the first boss altar that I actually know the location, even if it's not close to, even if it's not that close to spawn. I'm still just gonna go out there and try and at least get the fight done. I don't even remember the X coordinate, but I remember the Z coordinate being like positive 900, so that's 900 blocks south. Yeah, that would be pretty fun too. There was also this Lotto Man I found from earlier, but I'll probably talk to those guys later. I said I wanted to do a boss fight, just to see how it goes. Yeah, that could maybe be a reality one day, if we get really good. We might have to start with, like, 50 minutes, though. Pretty sure finding races to participate in might not be a problem. After just changing my mind, I decided to just come here to do the boss fight, for lack of other places to fight the creeper boss in. So let me just write down these coordinates in case I forget them again. Just so they'll always be here. Let's write those down. Now if I find a closer creep HQ, I'm writing that down too. And crush the competition. We'll have to see what the competition there is like how experienced those guys are. Right, so 3, 2, 1, let's die. Didn't even take my bullets out of the box. Alright, there's this bird that just got in the... There's this bird in the arena I gotta get rid of. Right, I'm having a bit of lag issues. I'll answer you later, I'm in the middle of a fight. Oh, my helmet's not in good shape already. And I barely got any damage in, this is not good. I got an idea. If I can head out of here. Just so I can... Oh, fuck, this is bad. Okay, this is not good. Okay, this is bad. What is hitting me now? Well, of course, it's always gotta be... of course. I think he despawned. Yep, he despawned. Well, that's just an oops. Yeah, if I stay any longer, this helmet's just gonna break apart, and then I'll just get annihilated. Then I'll lose the explosion resistance, then I won't be able to survive for sure. Fuck, I ran out of ammo. No, I didn't even freaking take my ammo out. Couldn't even shoot him with the gun because I didn't take the ammo out. Oh, that was just a really big whoops. I completely butchered that. Forcing me to just run away, since if I don't, I'll probably just die. Too likely I'll just get annihilated. So I gotta just run for it. Repair the helmet, then maybe just come back. I think I will just go back for another attempt. Repair the helmet, then just go try again. So I have to run back the overworld, then run back here after that's done. Just to go and attempt the fight again. I might have another idea. I'll probably bring some building blocks. I'll likely bring building blocks with me too, in case I need to use those. Because all those green projectiles raining from the sky, I think those are probably just massively reducing my sustain in that fight. So I could just build myself a ceiling to hide under. Maybe a wall to just dodge the black projectiles. Okay, maybe I should also give myself a speed buff too. Just so I can run around easier, I should probably also give myself a speed boost. So I'll probably also want to bring a potion to the fight to help me out. I said yes already. As much as I'd rather not go for this fight now because of how late it is, I'd rather just... I want to just try again anyways. Yeah, I just don't really trust that guy to just fight him without explosion resistance. I'll probably just get annihilated with how many projectiles there are going at once. Not even sure how long I'd last without explosion resistance, so I'm not risking it. Haven't really done my Christmas shopping yet. There's still one more day. Right. Want to know where that was. Yeah, we're gonna try this again. Because I don't really want to end the stream with me just running and not even really going for a legitimate attempt at the fight. I want to use my gun, but I didn't even take the bullets out of the box, and by the time I realized I forgot to do this, it was too late. I realized it was just much too late by the time I realized I forgot that. It was way too late. Fight already started. And if I can just get a move on, that would be great. And then I gotta run all the way back. And I gotta make sure I don't forget anything. I have to not forget anything either. So, like, 40% speed for a minute and a half or 20% speed for... I think I'm just going to go with 40% speed for... Wait, can I not? No, I need to just brew another speed potion and then I can do that with glowstone. Alright, so just let me do this. So nether wart. Haven't figured that out yet exactly. Aside from just spending time together. Don't feel like I need to really carry this box with me. So this is gonna go here. I can just repair the helmet while I'm waiting for that to just be prepared. That can get repaired, so... And where's the repair dust? It is right here. And a bucket of lava to go with that. Then, that... I more or less like Christmas because it's just time off from school and work. And that. Obviously that. It's mostly just spending time with family and exchanging gifts. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I'll bring 2 of these speed potions with me, I guess. I was about to just go without, like, the boss spawner Family come over, yes. I was about to go in without the boss spawner. Now that would have been just ridiculously embarrassing. To go all this way to forget to... Oh, okay. Good thing I'm trying to make it here. Yeah, imagine if I just bring, like, the wrong gems to craft this thing. You know, we decorated a bit. Nothing too excessive, though. Now, I'd like to try this again. There's probably a couple decorations outside. Most of the tree and not much else. So I want to just bring blocks of any type. Let me just pick. Simple cobblestone will do. Tempted to just build myself a place for cover in case I just don't really have luck with the fight. These are see-through leaves, so I'll take these with me. What? Alright, let's just go then. Let's not waste any more time at this point. Let's just go. I mean, they always have, like, good intent with whatever they give you, so are there really any bad presents anyways? I guess I'll just drink up one speed potion just so I can get, like, a speed boost to get back to the creep HQ faster. And then I'm gonna consume another one just before the fight starts. Like a lump of coal, no. At least not a joke present on purpose. Right now, can I just get... Yeah, it took me a while to actually notice it just cut out, like, spontaneously. Must have cut out when I went through the portal. So I decided to give myself a speed boost from one of my speed potions just so I can get back over to the Creep HQ faster. And then I'll be consuming the next one just before the fight starts. So I can have that speed buff going into the fight. Because that's just going to make it significantly easier to dodge the black projectiles, and that'll increase my sustain in the fight. So I certainly need to be able to just stay there for as long as possible just to guarantee I can close out a kill. And there goes one of my speed potions. Got about like halfway there, and this thing is following me. Got about like halfway there. I'm not really currently in debt at the moment, because tuition where I live is actually pretty cheap. At least for people who are born in Quebec anyways. Tuition's pretty cheap. Like, I know in the US, tuition's just ridiculously expensive. It's also pretty expensive here if you actually come from elsewhere. And it's actually getting more and more expensive, like, by the year. Especially for those who come out of country. Yeah, there was even a sing-along to try and just stop the tuition hikes. Yeah, there was even a sing-along we did in class about stopping tuition hikes, particularly for international students. They're not a business deal. Yeah, I heard that actually is a real thing. Gender is just such a confusing subject. So let me just go for this boss again. Hopefully the lag's not going to be too bad, during the fight especially. I want to have the best chance at actually just trying to close out this fight. Right, so where's my pickaxe at? In case I want to build myself a ceiling to just hide under. I kind of want to build myself a place for cover during the fight in case it just gets out of hand again. I understand where you're coming from with that. Yes, these are leaves I'm placing, by the way. Yeah, Runendor is a pretty strange dimension, which is where the leaves come from. Okay, that was kind of silly as to how I placed that. Just in case I need to take cover during the fight. And I heard that a lot of people don't exactly understand, like, what that means. They think he's out for good, but last I heard, the Senate has to actually vote with a supermajority, specifically over 2/3 that have to also vote to have him impeached, and then he's probably thrown out for good. He's got to go through the Senate, then he's probably out. If it goes through Senate with, like, 2/3 or more voting in favor of throwing him out, then he's out, probably, from what I heard. He's out then. This should go better. Both of the to hide for cover. Both of the place to hide for cover. Oh my god, the lag is horrible. The lag is horrible here. And it's a lot harder than it would be otherwise. Might get him still. Why did I not bring a shield for this fight? I just realized I could have brought that. Made the fight a lot easier on myself. Forgot to bring a shield. Holy fucking lag. Holy fucking lag. speed boost is gone, and I'm being flung into a corner. That's just great. Might be able to get him. Might be able to close it out. Maybe. If I can just fire any faster, that would be great. Faster, faster. Come on, faster. Ow. I think I'm out of bullets. Oh, it's just the lag fucking me over. Just the lag. If I die, it's probably gonna be because of lag. Not letting me actually aim properly with my gun. Or even fire bullets. Fire? For fuck's sake, just shoot him. Oof, 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 oof. I gotta heal up. Gotta heal up. I gotta heal up without lag. Heal up without lag. Lost my armor piece. Armor piece is gone. And I don't even know what's going on. And lag is still lagging. And I'm still lagging like hell. I can't fucking aim. I can't even shoot. I literally can't shoot. I can't even fucking shoot. It's so laggy. I can't even shoot. The lag is so bad. It's not letting me shoot. Or eat. I can't even eat. I literally can't even eat. I can't eat. I literally can't eat. Unbearable lag issues, but I still pulled off a kill. Crazy lag issues, but I still made it work. And we got a missile maker. Yeah, sometimes the game just freezes for like half a second and gets processed like half a second later. Sometimes the game literally paused and my actions got delayed. Certainly made the fight a lot more difficult to actually go through with, but we still pulled through. So let's just get out of here. And we'll have to just fix the armor and replace another piece of Omni armor. Okay, so that's another piece of armor we gotta replace. And next time, I am definitely bringing a shield to that guy. Blocking the projectiles is certainly going to make the fight go by a lot easier. I'll take less damage. Well, not in full detail. So not exactly. I'm probably just going to consider ending the stream once I get back to my base and just make some new boots, which should obviously not be a problem. So I've just finished off another of my boss fights. I'd like to just get every boss statue at least before just saying I'm done with this series. Even if I don't get all the items, I'd like to at least have every boss vanquished. And I'm certainly already one step closer in that regards. Surprised I managed to just close out the fight even after losing an armor piece. But I still have to now replace it, and then re-enchant it, and then repair the other three before those fall apart too. Or just try and invent an even better strategy to just... Or just use a shield. Could have just used the shield to just block the projectiles. Yeah, if I can just block the projectiles and have the shield take the damage, then the armor takes less damage. And then it just has greater sustain, pretty much. It lasts longer. Yeah, so my armor can last longer. I don't know what I'm doing down here without explosion resistance. Must be crazy. I'm not gonna stay in here any longer. I'm gonna retreat. Kind of like what I have to deal with sometimes. Minus the false advertising. Me is just my computer being old. And come 2020, Windows 7 is going to be like a legacy, outdated operating system. Yeah, I said Windows 7. It's going to become a legacy system no longer supported by Microsoft. I'll be on my own. Yeah, certainly. You can't even deliver what you promised, then that's certainly not going to go over well at all. What the fuck was that? Oh, it's just a spirit. Oh, it's just a tree spirit. I guess that's what happens when I don't play for like 2 weeks. So I got this statue. It doesn't even look like he has a face. And it sounds like a creeper being ready to explode. Makes sense. Statue doesn't even look like it's got a face. Yeah, I'll just take my faceless creep statue and just put it with the rest of these guys. You know, my faceless statue. And my new grenade shooter. That fires, yeah, it fires grenades. Right, so, how much damage is that per second? Is that like 36 or something? Plus more damage to armored enemies? If any enemies really have armor. Not too many that do, I don't think. So, you're saying they just basically completely flopped, right? With the Stadia? That's what it sounds like. I need to just get off. I'm tired now. Well, I did get to kill another boss, which is nice. I mean, trying to get a gold creep statue doesn't sound too bad, especially if I just perfect the method of fighting them. So, yeah, if I bring a shield, it's probably going to go by a lot better. I can just block the black projectiles and just take less damage because the shield will be absorbing it instead. Yeah, any shield I can bring. Preferably one with unbreaking on it. Because unbreaking. Holy shit, that typo though. Yeah, it must really be late. They don't want to give up on it. It's semicolon-y. It's gibg-e. It's Google. I can tell. Alright, so good night then. Probably will just continue to work on expanding this collection, just actually getting bosses killed. Yeah, we can add creep to the list of bosses we actually beat. So how many bosses have I not even fought yet? I want to just count before I'm done this. So I fought Smash and Corylus, and I have gold statues of each. King Bam 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 and Nethangiac Wither haven't even attempted either one yet. Rock Rider and Four Guardians haven't tried either one yet either, so 4 bosses so far I've not yet touched. Let's not count the ones that you can't fight legitimately in survival. So Tyrannosaur, Mechbot, and Baroness do not count for now. So not counting those 3 so far, we're looking at 4 bosses I have not yet fought. Visolent, who's the Lunaless boss, so 5. Cror, the Deeplands boss, so that's 6. Bane and Runendor. No, Bane and Clunkhead. Grekon boss and Runendor boss respectively, so that's 8 bosses total I have not yet fought. Drakion and Laborian, that's 9. Again, not counting the bosses you can't fight in survival legitimately. Voxelon, that's 10. Primordial 5, so 11. Cotton Candor, that's 12. 12 bosses still I have not yet to fight. I thought for sure I said it on Minecraft. What gives? So it's still 12 bosses in the mod I've not even fought yet. And these are all the statues of the bosses I have fought, and I have 9 gold statues of 9 different bosses. And I'm getting pretty close to getting gold immortal statues as well. That's going to be something to show off. Yeah, quite the collection we got here. Alright, I need to replace my boots. No, Jewelite, that's to make Mercurial. Since I've already made like the other pieces as Omni armor, I gotta stick with the same armor set. And then there'll be re-enchanting the boots later. Just so I remember that I need to repair these later. Yeah, because I have to repair this stuff again before doing anything else in Creeponia for sure. So until next time. Yeah, we got another boss defeated at least, so still making progress.